Hi there, Sagittarius. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're going to be looking at November 3 through November 9. And of course, we're finally out of the Mercury retrograde mud heap that kept many of us wondering what we had done to deserve such a cosmic beating. I know I felt that it was an extremely strong Mercury retrograde, extremely tough, extremely difficult. A lot of text didn't go through, emails, important stuff. Like meet me here at 7, and they never got it. So you're standing there, and then you call them, and they're on the phone calling you. And oh my goodness, it really was one of those Mercury retrogrades that I'm very glad it's over, and I don't feel like, we're going to recover from it for quite a while. And I know with you, it was in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes for most of its retrograde. So you probably had some silly misunderstandings, miscommunications with people that normally you get along with like gangbusters, and that would have been really difficult for you. You don't like confrontation, you don't like fighting with people. You'll say things about other people when they're not around, but if you have to say it to them, it's not as easy. And I think that goes for most people. It's rare you meet someone who is upfront and brutally honest with you and says, you know what, I disagree with what you said, and this is what, normally most people sort of passively aggressively live life, and I think it's because we have to be politically correct these days, and especially as women, we tend to, oh, she's had a couple of drinks. Or, oh, she's stressed. Oh, her husband's not a very nice guy. Like we tend to do that. And I think sometimes that it takes away from relationships in that you need to be perfectly honest. You need to be able to say to your girlfriend, you're too skinny. You're frightening me. You got to put on some weight. Or, you know what? We got to start doing some exercise, girl. And it doesn't have to be about food. It can be about, when you were talking to my friend who you just met, you came off as a real bitch. I don't know what was wrong. Were you jealous? Whatever's going on, you need to cut that out. That's a friend of mine. There's ways of saying things to people who have been in your life for a long time that you might not be able to say to other people, but it's important that you say it. And I think, Sagittarius, that if anyone's going to say it, it's going to be you, because you really are, you like to be honest and upfront. And sometimes in hiding away and not saying what you really think, you're doing yourself a great disservice. So that's something to work on over the next couple of weeks until your birthdays arrive. And it's not going to be that far away. Have a great week. Great speaking to you. And I look forward to speaking to you again next week.